Everybody can hear you.
I don't know.
Yes, we're here. And what a glorious day it has been. The sun was out. I went out to the supermarket and two old dears outside were standing having a chat. And I looked at them and I went, "Excuse me." And they looked at me and I said, "Could you tell me what that is up in the sky, please? That big shiny thing." They went,
What was it?
Well, the sun. They turned around and said, "Don't say anything, otherwise you will jinx the weather." But it was glorious. It was great.
Sorry, I've probably done that because I put my shorts on again today. Now, when I did that about 2 weeks ago, it just absolutely threw it down for about a week or two.
Let's get this guy on. Here we go. There he is, the Ginger Stinger, the man with the pins. If you got shorts on, there'll be white pins.
Yeah, I don't want to do that to our viewers, mate. The sun was bright enough today, to be honest. Don't need to see my legs.
You're going into lobster mode. Yes?
No, not. They just stay white.
Well, quite a few things happening. I mean, with US, Iran, grooming gangs. Starmer's gone over there right now to claim some credit for opening the Straits of Hormuz. It's like he's turning up and saying, yeah, I was there as well, Damn.
Yeah, but he's missed a trick though, isn't he? What about the gays of Hormuz? And the trans of Hormuz? Yeah, the non-binaries of Hormuz. He's only off about the Straits, mate. I'd be like, hang on, you woke things slipping a little bit there, mind Starmer.
Excellent.
You know what I mean? Absolutely.
Excellent. Oh, my God. That's good. I like that. I like that.
I did steal that off someone. I heard that the other day.
Well, I tell you, that's great. Well, let's have a little bit of a harsh truth about Starmer from Jimmy Carr. Oh, no, we're not going to have it. It says it can't find it. What about Ricky? No, can't find that either. I'll get those in a moment.
Oh, here we go.
No. Do you know what I was saying?
You did as well, yeah.
I was saying that everything was like going so well. Okay. Well, here's Gary Craig. Let's see if this works.
Button it next time.
Oh my God! It's saying video not file. I know where it is. Let's just see if it'll do this. Okay.
Go on. Is it just going to be us talking today then? Is it?
No.
I'm sure we can manage.
We said, didn't we? We said that this would happen because
I went
was
for
going
a walk
too well.
around the lake this afternoon, and a butterfly landed on me. I'm looking at the butterfly, and I was looking at its lower back, and sure enough, there was a tattoo of a slut.
He's got it, hasn't he? Let's see if we can get this now.
Oh, wow.
What do I think about what?
Our Prime Minister.
Your Prime Minister. Have you got a Prime Minister? Have you? No, this is the first I'm hearing of it. So someone's in charge? If someone's in charge, how do you explain the fucking chaos out there? It's fucking... He's a cunt.
No, he said the C word. He said it. I'm telling you.
Isn't he?
And we thought we'd missed Ricky, but we got him back. See how quick and slick we were there? Here's Ricky.
I tell you what's very popular in England at the moment, and in America, particularly California. Mental illness. Oh, it's taken off. It's taken off a trick. When I was at school, you were either thick or clever, normal or mental, right? Now there's like 1,000 new mentals, right? And it used to be a stigma. They go, I'm not mental. Now people go, I'm mental. You know what I mean? They want to, I'm mental. Right? It's like everyone I know in media is ADHD. They go, I'm ADHD. I'm ADHD. Yes, I'm ADHD. Take the test. Yeah, I took the test 5 times, passed it on the 5th. Oh, well done. Right? They go, and it's like, I'm writing a song about it, I'm writing a poem about it, I'm writing a book about it. Oh, well, yeah. And they brag about it. They put it in their CV and in their... it's got disorder. When do we start bragging about having a disorder? 20 years ago, you wouldn't have got given a business card and it said Ron Pike, anal warts. You know, just... keep it to yourself. No one cares. I think the new pandemic amongst the youth is going to be fear and anxiety, because now we've had a whole generation who grew up with social media. Instant gratification doesn't build character. They're not socialised properly. They can't deal face to face with people because they're used to hiding behind an identity and an avatar, and now they've got teachers and parents enabling their mental illness as opposed to trying to snap them out of it. And now they fear the thing they once loved. They're worried about the internet and AI. Young people are really worried about artificial intelligence. And I say this about AI: if it starts becoming a burden, switch it off. Right? Like we did Nan.
That's switch it off like we did Nan.
Wow.
I mean,
like Ricky's funny.
Oh God. And this is great advice from this Scot. Listen to this.
This is your wee reminder. Never sit there analysing a fucking bastard who treated you like shit. And never overthink fucking behaviour that was obvious. Remember this, you don't need closure for a fucker who chose cruelty. Know your worth and never fucking forget it.
Wow. Know your worth. Okay? Are we worth it in this country?
Who's we? Us. Yeah.
Yes. Us.
Our children.
Yes. The main population. Because I just don't understand what's going on. I really do not comprehend. And this guy, I think you put me onto him. This guy kind of nailed it for me. Right? And because everybody knows that, we don't see color as any kind of barrier. Listen to what this guy says.
But I'm determined that our representation, we're so proud of our Muslim representation. I want to see more of it as we go forward. I'm really pleased there are Muslim candidates coming through as parliamentary candidates. Really, really good.
You can clearly see there that our leaders have betrayed us. In favour of what they want, which is to be re-elected, what they've done is they've compartmentalised society into different sects. So what they have is they have the ethnic minorities, they have the gays, they have the women, and then they have the Muslims. This is the Labour Party's policy, is to have that select group of people vote for them perpetually. And the way they do that is by appeasing these groups, by developing policy right at the time when election is about to happen, to try and show solidarity or favoritism to these people so that they can get their vote. These people don't care about whether this nation is destroyed or not. All they care about is power. They want to be re-elected. And so what they've done is they divided people into these groups, which is fracturing our society, all for short-term gains. We need leaders who think about the welfare of this nation rather than just thinking of their own selfish ambition so that they can climb up the political ladder.
Now, I thought that kind of nailed it.
Yeah, the irony of the fact that they haven't got those groups anymore because they have systematically gone through every group over the last 2 years or so and just pissed them all off to the point they'll be lucky if any of them vote for them. I'll give you an example, the youth vote. Well, you think you're going to win the youth vote?
Well, they're bringing that in, 16.
You think so? You think so? Because
they're trying.
As soon as you ban them all from social media, all the kids are going to be, the only thing they're going to care about is that They're not looking at the bigger picture of politics. They don't understand it. And then if you're gonna make moves that are ultimately going to shut down festivals, good luck. Because when you're young, what's the thing you're bothered about the most? It's having fun, isn't it? And
Having
communicating
fun,
and
get it
talking
out
to
there,
people.
letting
So you're
people
gonna
know
stop
on
them
social
talking online,
media.
You're going to stop them talking online. You're going to basically close down the festivals because you don't like the people who are playing there. It's not up to them to be deciding this. We keep banning people from the country for stuff they've said.
Do you know? All right,
Look-
okay. So
look,
they
lefties.
don't like him. I mean, we know what it's like not to be liked. I personally know what it's like not to be liked.
Yeah, but the people who don't like you are normally the audible people anyway. So I couldn't care less if they don't like me.
Well, they're normally tossers, who I refer to as wannabes and never will be's. You know, no talent. You know, they're just insanely jealous. You know, I mean, a lot of people don't know our hidden talents. They don't know what we do. You know,
Still trying to work out what mine is, mate. Still
Hey.
don't know what I want to do when I grow up.
Facts. Okay. I mean, anybody can check me out and go check the music out that I do. Anybody can do that. And, you know, in comparison to some people, especially in Cheshire, who think they are really, really good. Okay. Mentioning no names, Peter.
The
Okay.
thing is as well, mate, is that
Ian.
it's not just
Tossers.
it's not just the social media and the the festival thing. Look what they're doing to the kids in school with all the woke stuff, mate. They're proper rebelling against it. You know what I mean?
Yeah,
When
yeah.
they come home, like, what is this shit, Dad? And you're just like, so they're all watching stuff online and they're starting to open their eyes, and that's why they want them off social media.
Yeah.
That's really why, John. Because they know what they're watching, and it's not the stuff they want them to watch.
No.
Is it? No.
Well,
Look,
here's
and
the
looking
kind
at
of
the-
stuff that
before
they
you
should
do-
be watching. Go
Well, I
on.
was just going to say before
Before you
just
do,
look-
I knew you were going to.
you just got to keep your eyes on. Look at the local election results.
Yeah.
Last week,
Oh, they're
there was
getting
5 or 6
hammered.
states and Labour didn't win one of them, mate.
They're getting hammered. There's no two ways about it.
And there's another 3 this week, so we'll see what happens.
And we got all the May elections coming up. And we've also got Unite the Kingdom.
Yeah, and I wouldn't hold too much weight with that Ashcroft dodgy poll, because out of all the pollsters, he's like the worst out of all of them. And he's a Tory. And what happened? Oh, the Conservatives are flunking, aren't they? So all of a sudden, there's this poll out that says, oh, they're in the joint, they're in the lead or slightly behind the Greens. Oh, with reform. Oh, no, we can't split the right.
What,
So
is that a boast to be just behind the Greens?
They're all near neck and neck at the top. So it's like, oh, we need to unite the right. Not necessarily. The flapping, the cons know their day's numbered. So I wouldn't believe that.
Yeah, I would go with that. I would go with that. Well, here's what they should be watching and listening, because the UK government has just initiated the biggest Ponzi scheme. I didn't say Ponzi, I said Ponzi.
Did you know that the British government is now the biggest Ponzi scheme in history? You see, it collects £330 billion a year in income tax revenue, but it now pays out over £330 billion a year in welfare payments. And do you know why? Because collecting £10,000 in tax from one person loses 1 vote, but paying £1,000 each to 10 people gains 10 votes. It's the biggest cash for votes fraud scam ever. And that is why Britain is no longer great.
Woo. Now, the actual figures are, let me get my English correct. We're taking 331 billion in income tax. That's the receipts. We're paying out 334 billion in welfare.
We are, but slightly misleading. 178,000 of that is actually pensions.
Well,
so it's correct what they're saying, but it's slightly misleading because everyone's got the knickers and they're not thinking that's all the benefits we're giving out to people.
Well, okay, that's fine.
Doing nothing, but
all right,
look
at it.
Half its pensions.
Look at the plain facts. It's not sustainable.
Oh no, it's not. I'm totally not disagreeing with that. It's
So where's
just
the $3 billion coming from?
It's just the way it's been framed, as if, oh, look at all the money we're giving out to people who don't do anything. Actually, the majority of it is pensions, but it still causes a problem because there's still more going out than coming in.
Well, here's another take on it then.
For the first time now, we are spending more on benefits, on welfare benefits, than we're taking in income tax. That's the first time that's ever happened. Now, that is frightening. And if you don't think that's frightening, how do you think government is financed? Because it's either financed by taxes or by borrowing. There isn't really any other way of financing our welfare state and all the public services that we have. There really isn't. And we've got to live in the real world, not this world where we would love to spend lots more money on all sorts of weird and wonderful things. We can't do it if the money isn't there.
Well, carry on talking. There was a phone call coming in, and it's Mr. Bebbington on the line. Mr. Bebo. Sir, you don't want to be on the podcast, do you?
What about?
You're not on the podcast.
Oh,
Yeah.
whoa,
We are.
Oh, yeah. Why does everyone ring when you're on the podcast? You know what I mean? Right, I think we should probably say it.
You're featured on it now.
What if he swears?
Don't answer the phone if you're on the podcast. All right, I'll speak to
We knew it was you. There you go.
How very professional of you.
I know. Well, so there you go. Now, what they're also not mentioning is, apart from that deficit, and it doesn't matter where it's going.
Oh, yeah. It doesn't.
Apart from that deficit, we also have the interest on the borrowing that we're paying. So we've added another $3 billion of a problem. What's she going to do?
I don't know. Wait till our new arrivals become pension age people. Watch that figure go even higher.
Indeed. Well, the total number at the moment of our visitors, because I'm calling them visitors because I want rid of them. Okay.
Visitors? No, you kind of sometimes invite visitors, don't you, and they leave. You know what I mean?
5,000 we've had so far.
I'm sorry, but when a population moves into a country and slowly starts replacing other ones, called an invasion.
Okay. Right. Well, here is two effects of what's happening. And trigonometry do a good job of exposing it. I won't play the whole interview, but give you the gist. Here's Catherine Porter, and she is an energy expert.
Well, and now you're advising people across the different parties in the political spectrum. You're speaking regularly at party conferences and lots of other things that you're doing, which is great because your message is incredibly sound. But for people who are coming at this who are not super nerds, as I hope I am not offending you by saying that, but I've listened to some of your interviews. The level of detail you can go into is very impressive. First and foremost, we hear this idea that energy prices in Britain are very high. Is this true?
Yes.
It is true. Can you quantify that?
Well, we have the highest industrial electricity prices in the developed world and the fourth highest domestic electricity prices in the developed world. So, yeah.
That sounds pretty high.
High.
And is that because Britain is uniquely bad at producing energy, or is it for some other reason?
We have the dumbest policies, which is saying something because Germany gives us a run for our money on the sheer dumbness of energy policy. And in fact, if you take a step back, their policies are probably stupider, but we're just facing a higher cost premium.
And explain that to us. What is it that Britain is doing to cause our prices, the prices that we pay as ordinary people, to be so high?
Well, we're abusing the retail market and using it as a way of collecting taxes in a stealth way. So normally when the government wants to raise money, they create taxes or they increase existing taxes, and that gets lots of scrutiny by the IFS and other people, and it's all looked at in the round as part of government financing. And then they decided they wanted to encourage renewables, and so they made the subsidies for that be paid through bills instead of through taxation. So it's effectively a hidden tax. People don't have any choice about paying it. It's a mandatory payment, mandatory addition to our bills, and that's worth billions of pounds a year. But of course, the renewables that we have are intermittent, and they're located in places where you don't already have grid infrastructure. So then you add on billions of pounds to connect them up. You add on billions of pounds to have backup because it's not always windy and sunny. You've got billions of extra pounds because we didn't keep pace with the grid infrastructure, so we're paying them to turn off a lot of the time. And we're deliberately connecting wind farms knowing we can't use that output.
There you go.
She forgot the key thing.
What, that we voted for Labour?
Well, people voted for the dumbest politicians, hence what you're going to get. You're not going to get common sense, are you?
No. Okay. And here's a negative effect of feminism. Now, we've got no problem with feminists. Okay. No problem whatsoever. But here's where it takes over. And when you get people in HR, listen to what happens here.
It's so hard to quantify that, right? So when people come to me and say, what have been the negative effects of the great feminization? That, I think, is at the very top of my list. That's one of the most important ones, that if you've got HR ladies planted in every single institution and who see it as their mission to get rid of exactly that maverick type of personality, there's so much innovation that we're missing out on, but we don't know what would have been. One of the cancellations that affected me very emotionally, very deeply, was, I can't remember the guy's name, but he was the astronomer or astrophysicist who had just landed a satellite on a comet or something really impressive like that. But he was wearing the T-shirt with the scantily clad ladies on it. It was like a bowling T-shirt.
I remember this.
Yeah, and somebody said, oh no, he's got scantily clad women on his T-shirt, and they put him through a struggle session for disrespecting women. And I was thinking, this guy just landed a satellite on a comet. Focus on that. He's so impressive, and you're putting him through this horrible public shaming. But that's the way wokeness works.
There you go. So cancelled. All right. So that's the madness of woke, DEI, HR, feminization. It's madness. What somebody should have said was, shut the up. All right. We need innovation. We need people that are going to do things like that. To land a satellite on an asteroid. Tell me, did that woman from HR, did she ever do anything like that?
Doesn't matter, mate. You've got to eliminate all the bigotry from the world, haven't you? The bigotry and harassment and discrimination, and that's it. It's what Magic Grandpa just spouts non-stop. Corbyn, he doesn't matter what bad things are going on in the world that need fixing. No, we've just got to eliminate stuff that you're just never going to eliminate. It's just pathetic. If we can't find it, make it up. That's what I mean. Look at this shirt. It's like, can you not see the good things in people, or is it always just have to be the bad things that trigger these absolute morons? It's doesn't it, John?
I mean, it happens so much now. You get arrested for saying "God bless you."
Can you imagine? This is supposed to be nominally a Christian country where you get arrested for saying "God bless you."
It is absolutely ridiculous, the state that this country has descended into, and it is a woeful act by police that are clearly not doing anything to dispel the public perception that we have two-tier policing and two-tier justice. When you have all manner of members of the radical Islamic community screaming Allahu Akbar, along with Palestinian protesters.
And what about this? A guy that got arrested for saying, "You lefty bastard." Look at this.
What if we say lefty bastard?
Joking. Oh, you're joking.
Yeah, but listen, let them do what they need to do.
No way.
Process.
Yeah.
Nothing at all, my friend. Nothing at all.
We're just talking about how they're keen to arrest people. Yeah, just over a word. That's ridiculous, that. Yeah. Absolutely ridiculous. See what it's like.
What have you said?
Get away.
God bless those lefty wankers. Did you get arrested twice? Or was that a nice thing to say? I don't know.
Well, this guy is calling him a lefty bastard, and he didn't get arrested by the police there. I mean, this is absolute madness. I mean, what kind of credibility do the police think they have doing things like that?
I know, but to be fair to them, mate, it's the people who voted for the dumbest politicians in the world who implement these laws where someone can just go to the police and go, "Oh, I'm alarmed and distressed. I feel harassed. public order. I'm offended. None of this shit should even be in a law. Should it? None of it. But sadly it is. So it gives them the opportunity to do it, which is why we need to remove all these dumb politicians as quick as fucking possible.
Yeah, absolutely. Sick and tired of them.
Replace them with slightly less dumber politicians.
No, we got to. I'll tell you who we got to replace them with. We got to replace them with this guy, and this will take us on to our next main story. Or next main. The main. No, it's not the main. Grooming gangs are the main one. But this one.
Assalamu alaikum, bitches. This is your new Supreme Leader speaking. It's time to open the fucking straight, you crazy bastards, or you'll be living in hell, believe me. If you don't open the straight by Tuesday, I will put a missile so far up your ass, you'll be farting mushroom clouds by Wednesday. So anyway, open the straight, which, when you think about it, is not that straight. I think we should rename it The Weave. The Weave of America. Nobody does the weave better than me. I always bring it back perfectly. Just like I'll be bringing you back to the friggin' Stone Age if you don't open the straight by motherfucking Tuesday. Comprende, Abdul? Anyway, thank you for your attention to this matter. Toodles, losers.
Steve? It's another one. Steve, you're now on the podcast. Say hello.
Oh, come on. Are we meant to concentrate here? Whoa. Cut him off.
You have to wait. I'll see you in a minute. Hold on. Text me.
Cut him off. Take care. Cut him off. Bye.
I can't believe that. This is now 2 phone calls that have come in on a live podcast. What can we say?
Can't put your phone on silent. Tell them to
I
go
know.
away.
Right. Okay. Well, now, opening the dock. Now, here's one that you sent in, but I couldn't. There were a few others, and I couldn't get them. It wouldn't let me grab them. So here it is. HMS Dragon.
Well, good evening. Look at that clock in the bottom corner of your screen right now. That is the time ticking away until President Trump's deadline for Iran to open the Strait of Hormuz. This is no sign of it happening as well. The consequences? Well, the complete destruction of a civilization in Iran, apparently. Being generous, I'm assuming that President Trump means the regime and their supporters. Iran has vowed to strike back against any possible target in the region and beyond, a direct threat to the West. We have one working warship. Had one working warship, HMS Dragon. It took us a month to get HMS Dragon to Cyprus after Iranian-backed terror group Hezbollah attacked our military base there. And now...
Mark, you want to give a comment?
Yeah. This all started, obviously, with Tony Blair, then the Conservatives, and now Labour again. What they've done to our military, I think they should all be in prison. In fact, they should be in prison for quite a lot of things they've done and they're doing to this country, but that should be one of the main ones. The defence of our nation is probably one of the most important things.
Yeah.
Up there with the, keeping the people of that nation, running that nation. So there's another one you should be going to jail for. But yeah, these modern warships that were sorted out by Tony Blair all those years. Yeah. Brilliant. Going well, isn't it? Going really well.
Well,
It's
I have to say,
staggering the way other people's militaries are just far better. And I don't mean the actual personnel. I mean the equipment, the ships. What is going on, mate?
I'm telling you,
we're proper vulnerable here. Like we struggle.
Absolutely, there's no two ways about it.
It's a good job that they can't attack us with the missiles from Iran, because if they could, we'd probably have a few issues because we'd need the American systems to shoot them down.
Correct.
Ours won't do it. And then what? We can't even send a working ship to a war zone. So technically, Keir Starmer's not lying, is he? I don't want to get involved. It's not that you don't want to, mate. You can't. Can you? You can't.
And we got really great guys on those boats. Yeah. I mean, I'm telling you. I mean, I'm calling them boats. They're not just quite boats, but well, at the moment, they're no better than those dinghies.
It's treachery of the highest order, mate. I'm afraid. Yeah. Remember when Britannia ruled the waves? Now we can't even stop a dinghy coming from France. So what hope have we got sailing ships around the world trying to be the world's police? I think Starmer's realised, no, we can't do it. So he's probably making excuses. I don't want to get involved in a war. Not that you don't want to, mate. You've got no choice. How can we?
Well, when the Greeks send out their ships to come and help, I mean, right, that you've got problems. And it's not because it's an insult to the Greeks. It's just that the Greeks haven't got supposedly the same level of technology and force that we're supposed to have here in this country. And it's not just Labour. The Conservatives ran it down. They hollowed it out. And then Labour carried it on. They should have actually started attacking it. And it was Trump that turned around to everybody and said, you've got to get your act together. You've got to spend more on what you're doing because we can't be the world's police. You've got to step up to the plate. And what happened when he asked them to step up to the plate? Where were they? Where were they?
There was no steps to step up to the plate. In fact, there was no plate. Look, we've created this new laser, right? It's going to knock these drones out the sky. Brilliant. Cheap as chips. Problem solved. What you're putting on, it's just going to sit in a dock, is it? So I'll tell you what. As long as the drones don't attack Portsmouth, Southampton, I don't know, Birkenhead and stuff like that, where all the ships are getting fixed.
Yeah,
should be fine. Honestly, what are you going to put them on? A dinghy? Because there's enough of them. We could repurpose them, couldn't we? You're going to put it on a speedboat. Stick it on the top of Big Ben. It's not going well, mate.
No.
It's like our technology is quality. It really is, our military stuff. But if you can't send it anywhere, what's the point? Seriously, what's the point? We may as well just put up a big sign to everyone and say, come and take us. Imagine if we were this weak back in the day. We'd have got rolled. Imagine Hitler rocked up. Well, we'd have got about 6 ships. It'll take them in half an hour, do you know what I mean?
Well,
What has gone on, mate? What has gone on? Oh, it costs too much. Well, if you stop spaffing money up the wall and all your woke shit, maybe you might be able to afford the important stuff.
Yeah,
absolutely. Making sure people aren't poor and we're all safe and our borders are secure. But
well,
we just keep spending money on the Europe gay porn bill and transsexuals in Peru.
Yeah.
Then it's fine.
It's a false narrative. Listen to this guy talking about the US-Iran war. And he's quite right in what he says. It's absolutely, and it's not something that we haven't said before, because Iran is the biggest state sponsor of terrorism in the world.
I'm enjoying all the comments from Donald Trump, frankly. I can't believe some of the way that this war is being reported in the UK. And, and American media as well, to a great extent. It's like they would like the IRGC to be switching on the lights at Regent Street by the sound of it. It's like everybody hates Israel and the US, apparently, but they're the only bodies actually trying to take out the world's largest state sponsor of terrorism. And because they have this bottleneck, this Strait of Hormuz that they can control, we're supposed to tolerate it. Just on the proviso, they're allowed to blow up a few school buses and they're allowed to take out teenagers and fund teenagers being slaughtered at music festivals as long as we get our goods and shipping through. And Trump is the villain for actually trying to stop this. Talk about Trump's statements. That's what you're asking about. Trump at the beginning of this said his 5 objectives were destroy the missiles, annihilate the Navy, take out the terrorism, and if you see Israel in Lebanon with Hezbollah, largely achieved it. Take out their nuclear weapons and regime change. Regime change hasn't been affected, that's true, but 4 out of 5. I mean, his statements have actually rung very, very true.
I believe he said create the conditions for regime change, and I think something that has been missed.
Create the conditions for regime change.
Yeah, he wants the Iranian people to do it because, let's face it, the majority of them don't want them there anyway. So, in theory, if they've got a good chance now of taking that back.
Well, that's the best way forward, to create the situation whereby they can. But they're going to have to go in and arm those people and help them, to take them.
I believe they tried to give the Kurds guns to give to the Iranians, but the Kurds have just said, thanks, we're keeping them. So that hasn't really worked, has it? But he did say, didn't he, doesn't want any of these...
Well, the Kurds are cutting their own noses off. They really are.
Well, they probably need them, don't they? Because they've been left to fight ISIS and everyone all on their own. But look, he doesn't want forever wars, Trump. He's never going to put massive. He's not going to. Let's face it, he's not going to invade mainland Iran, is he, with troops? And look, he's going to have to call a day to this eventually, because how long do you think America could go on spending billions of pounds a day just firing rockets and keeping those ships floating around and all the planes in the air? It's not cheap, mate. It's going to cost billions, probably a day, a week. So he's going to have to call it a day at some point. And what's going to be left to bomb? The only things they can't really hit now are underground. So, it's, you know.
We should get Potter's ending on the show sometime, because he comes up with some great things. He said, in realistic terms, we should maintain at least half the capability of the US. You know, that would be, I mean, that's a lot of money. I have to say, Potter's ending, that's a lot of money.
They've got their ideal number of naval ships is in the range of 300. They've got 200 and something.
Yeah.
We'd be lucky if we've got double figures, mate. Something like 6 destroyers. It's bad, like.
How many subs have we got?
So deplete. I think we've got 9.
And they're pretty hefty. They're not average, are they?
Our subs are decent, but.
Okay, well, right. You know, if you think about it, our army, the people in it, are great, but they've been under-equipped. And it's been that way for a long time. And they've been crying about it. And I probably think that these cries for DEI in the army were like sort of people crying out to get money that isn't ring-fenced, to get the money in. I don't know. I just have to say that we've got, in this country, the army is one of the best aspects of the people that we've got. And, to literally tie both hands behind their backs, Army, Navy, all the rest of the stuff.
Yeah, I'll tell you that I was right. We've got 9. There's 4 Vanguard. They're the nuclear deterrents. 1 on patrol at all times. Worrying. Attack submarines, 5. They're the ones for hunting other vessels. There you go. That's about it, mate.
And some of those nuclear subs, I mean, they don't have to refuel. They could stay out there for 25 years or more.
Probably not ours. They probably need to come in and get maintenance every 3 days, wouldn't they?
No.
Why not? That ship's just left, mate. No, it's already in for maintenance. It was already having maintenance done on it as it left the port. It was just going round. I was going to say riding, not a bike in it. Sailing round, is it sailing? Sailing round and round in circles. You were just still doing some maintenance.
Okay, well, let's move on to our main story of the night. And that is, well, it isn't this. Well, we don't mean that, okay? But this, here's the start of it. Grooming gangs records deleted.
I just want to really understand why we're now well over a year since the initial announcement was made by the previous Home Secretary that we're going to be having 5 local inquiries. On a matter of detail, Baroness Casey's audit was very, very detailed and thorough, but on page 151, it specifically said within that audit that whilst the inquiry is being set up, the national inquiry is being set up, police forces and other relevant agencies should be, in the meantime, not required to destroy any relevant records relating to grooming gangs. Now, I've done a Freedom of Information request to West Yorkshire Police and to the Bradford Safeguarding Partnership. Both of those organisations have not received any formal directive from the Home Office asking for no grooming gang records to be destroyed, and specifically saying that those records should be retained for a national inquiry. Why has, and I put these points to the Permanent Secretary when we had her in front of the Select Committee, why has the Home Office not issued a direction to all safeguarding bodies?
Listen to this.
I believe that direction has been issued. So
well, it's not been issued to West Yorkshire Police and Bradford Safeguarding.
Let me take that back, because it did come up before, and it was our understanding, and it remains my understanding today that everybody that needed to have been written to has been written to be told to protect all records for the purposes of the inquiry. So I will check that and get back to you and write.
There you go. I'll get back to you.
That's all.
Now, The other thing is that's
Jail
really
them, John.
jail them. Yeah,
Jail them. Like, look, Rupert Lowe pledges to jail people who are putting these. As if it wasn't bad enough we've had all these gang fears. Now we're just importing more and more and more of this stuff on a daily basis.
Yeah.
Rupert Lowe's like, right, jail for those people home and asylum seekers, is whatever they call them, near schools. Yeah, same for all these people here. We need jail. We need sackings. We know who's been at fault in all these towns. We don't need more reviews and more inquiries. We need action. But it's never going to happen, is it? So the only way to do it, remove the people in power, as we keep saying, put people in with some testicles and a spine, and then put all these people in prison.
And
as,
we
mate,
need
that's the
to
way
get this civil service in line. We need to get them in line. Okay.
Yeah. Get them all under a new oath.
Yeah.
New contract. If you break it, you're sacked.
Yep.
And you're lucky if you don't go to prison either.
Correct.
Got to start getting harsh now. It sounds radical, but it's the only way to stop this. Otherwise, you're going to keep letting the very same people who make the mistakes and ruin everything, mark their own homework and pretend to fix everything.
Yeah. And the people there who are culpable at the top suddenly retire and they're still able to keep their pension. No.
It's the same with Edford, mate. Hillsborough dragged on for years. This is going to drag on for years. We've got this Sen thing going on around here. I bet you that's not got any better over the last few years, has it? I bet you they're all still struggling with that because the same people are there saying, we'll fix it, we'll fix it. Absolute joke. Well, that'll be going on in 20 years, a post office thing. On and on and on.
I know.
We've got to get rid of the people. And not
well,
replace
here's GB News, right, with something that you're not going to be too happy about.
GB News can exclusively reveal that at least £150,000 of taxpayers' money was spent on the legal aid costs of two cousins who groomed and sexually abused 5 vulnerable girls. Manzoor Hussain and Imtiaz Ali, who were in Greater Manchester at the time of their attacks, were sentenced to a total of 58 years in prison in December last year. They were convicted of rape and indecent assault. Ali, who hosted 6 sex parties and allowed other men to prey on the young girls, had 71,111 quid's worth of legal costs covered by you, the taxpayer. He began the long term of abuse only a short time after he arrived in Britain from his native Pakistan. His cousin Hussain also arranged for a girl to perform sex acts for strangers and was provided with nearly £80,000 to cover legal costs.
Your blood is going to boil watching this. A bombshell exclusive by the Daily Express has revealed a vile Pakistani rape gang secret that contains allegations about the Prime Minister Keir Starmer's role in the treatment and prosecution of innocent victims. Well, CPS lawyers working directly under Starmer have been accused of portraying a Rochdale victim known by her alias as Amber disgustingly as a pedophile and a teenage pimp procuring children for the gang.
I mean, both sides. The legal aid for those 2 despicable men, and now the CPS being accused of labelling the victims. It just beggars belief.
It does when you've got... It's like Keir Starmer sees things happening and then just rubs salt in the wound. Because remember when he blamed his whole thing, I've been trying so hard to focus on the safety of women and girls, and he used it as an excuse for his utter incompetence and cowardice. Well, that's funny, isn't it? Because it doesn't really look... It looks like they're actively working against women and girls.
Correct.
I mean, when your police have got to give rape alarms to schoolgirls in Dumfries, it's probably a problem, isn't it? But don't think that's going to... Again, symptoms. No, go and find the disease. Fucking sort it out. And I'm afraid the disease is the dumb politicians at the very beginning of all this who allow this shit to just continue to go on.
That's why we've got to get rid of them. We've got to get them out. People have got to wake up, because this is a cancer which is metastasizing to all parts of our society. And if we don't stop it, if we don't vote these people out at every level, then, I mean, I can't even say, Mark, who I would want to vote for, but it's got to be anybody but Labour, the Greens, the Conservatives. Anybody but those people.
It has, but who's the one person, the only person in our parliament who continues to hammer this message home? Hammer is Rupert Lowe. And what does
let's
he do?
make sure, let's not forget the guy outside.
Finish this point. He stands in the parliament with about 5 or 6 other people because no one's got the balls to turn up.
To say
those few 5 or 6 are still chunnering, are still heckling him, and are still tutting and tissing and booing and patronising him. These people actively work against your children, my children, everyone's children, everyone's wives, daughters, sisters. They're scum. Absolute scum.
And let's not forget the man outside that's been bringing this up for so long, Mr. Tommy Robinson. He's been warning everybody, and even Rupert Lowe nods the cap to him and saying to him, you know, to be fair to this guy, he's been making everybody aware of all this stuff. So let's not forget him. So he's doing it from the inside. Tommy's doing it from the outside.
He is. And he goes to other countries and they totally empathise with what he's doing. And he's like a legend.
Yeah.
But in this country, it just shows that they're working against us. When every single person tries to do the right thing, watch what happens to them. Watch what happens to them. And I'm sorry, Reform people won't like this, but Farage actively participates in the cancelling and take down of people who try to do the right thing.
Yeah.
I'm not saying everything he does is the wrong thing. He's going to have he's got some plus points, Farage, but he participates in it and he openly admits it'll be brutal. It's not what we need.
Absolutely.
We need honesty and bravery, not be brutal to shut people up. If someone's got a problem, let them speak. Let's listen to the problem and offer some solutions, not shut him up, because that's all that's gone on for the last 20 years.
I hope they get annihilated in May. I hope they do, because the message will go clear to the leadership and to all the little farts that are advising them on what to say and what to do and all the rest of that stuff. Get them out as well. Stop them having any influence. And normally, we're coming to the end of the show now. Normally, we would go back and we would try to lighten things up, but I'm not going to do that tonight, sir. I'm going to go on to an end vid, which is absolutely brilliant. And it is about the grooming gangs. And I just think it's great. It's raw and rhymed. And they've come up with this. Thank you very much to everybody that's been on. Potter's Ending, thank you very much for all your comments, okay, that were there. Yes, you've been very vocal, sir. Okay, very vocal. Mark, you want to say goodbye?
Tatty bye to all our lovely viewers. Thanks for tuning in. A little bit earlier tonight, weren't we? But
we're done.
Surprise. Yeah. Normally
Surprise.
just about starting now, but we're about to finish. Thanks for tuning in. What day is it? Use track during these holidays.
It's Wednesday.
It's Wednesday. Oh, isn't that lovely? What's tomorrow? Oh, tomorrow's Thursday. So we'll see it on Friday, won't we? Friday.
Indeed. So here it is. They knew. And this is great. Listen to the words, everybody. It's fantastic.
They all know. They're all part of it. One way or another.
I was 12 years old, just a child in the rain, lost in a northern town where the mills had gone grey. They pulled up in taxis, smiles warm as the lights, Pakistani men with their faith burning bright. Candy and cash, a ride through the night, whispers of love while they stole out my life. They passed me like meat, like a secret to share, while the mosque stood quiet and no one would care. I begged for my mother, I screamed for the law, but the words in their ears were the ones they ignored. They knew, oh God, they knew. Every copper color of their skin shut down every fear. Racist was the chain that locked up the truth, while Muslim grooming gangs broke British youth. For the sake of their harmony, they threw us away. They knew, and they looked the other way. Social workers whisper, she's choosing this life. Doctors saw the scars, but they swallowed the knife. Police had the names, the cars, the addresses, but community relations became their confession. They trafficked us north, they trafficked us south, some even to Pakistan. Mouths take no sound, impregnated, beaten, drugged till we broke, while the system protected the ones who invoked their profit, their honor, their right to our skin, and called it Islamophobia if we spoke of the sin.
I sat in that room with Rupert Lowe's team, 600,000 from strangers who cared what it means. 2 hours I talked and the man couldn't breathe. He said he'd never heard evil like this, never seen how one human could break another so clean. They raped me for years while the state closed its eyes,
because naming the faith was the greater crime. They knew, every single one knew. The Home Office, the NHS, the boys in blue. Hundreds of girls, some as young as 11, sold in the shadows of their multicultural heaven. They feared the backlash more than our screams in the night. Pakistani gangs hunting under street light, corruption dressed up as tolerance and grace. They knew, and they spit in our face.
Now the inquiry's closed, but the scars never heal. We're the daughters they buried, so the story stayed real.
No more silence, no more looking away. We rise.